Well, it's a glorious day outside in Vantaa, Finland, and here inside as well. It's all action. Action on courts 1 and 3, and we're just about to bring you more. Mixed doubles was won in China against Finland by Wang Yiliu and Huang Dongping in straight games, 21-3, 21-9. Just 20 minutes needed in that one. Men's singles was a much closer affair, just over an hour needed by Lu Guangzhou. And well, next up we've got the women's singles in this one, and it's going to be Jiao against Nella Nyqvist, a young 15-year-old European champion from Finland. So our court officials are ready, and again we say hello to the Latvian umpire and Norwegian service judge. It's the Chinese number 2 in women's singles, Jiao, the 24-year-old, 5'7" left-hander, who's still a top tenner. She's world number 9 right now. Has been as high as 6 in the world, but she takes on this young 15-year-old Nella Nyqvist, ranked 1,010 in the world, has been as high as 900 in the world. Let's listen to the coin toss.
Let's see which side. This side you will third.
Okay, so the young under 15 European champion who was out here just moments before the match started, practicing, honing her skills in a 4-person finish warm-up, who takes to show court 1 with no expectation on her shoulders, but plenty on her Jiao at 24 years of age. The world number 9 is just not that far behind Chen Yufei in the world rankings. As I say, she's been as high as 6 in the world, from Jiangsu province. In fact, she was born in Suzhou, Jiao, where she began to receive intensive badminton training at the junior sports school there when she was only 7 years old. 5 years later, she was sent to study in Nanjing, where there was tougher training for her. But more about her later as we take a look at this young Finn, who's frankly been tipped for greatness, young Nella Nyqvist. She's only played 3 tour matches this year. So hello to the Latvian umpire, Mr. Lusvaris, and the Norwegian service judge, Michael Faridal. She just missed out on a bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympic Games, did Jiao. Lost out to PV Sindhu in the bronze playoff. There's another look at Villa Lang, a man of vast experience who no doubt will be trying to steer his team through tough waters here. It's a tough match, isn't it? Let's face it, it's you know, an uphill battle, frankly. They need to win the next 3 matches against China, which is frankly almost an impossibility. One of the most difficult tasks in badminton, to overturn a Chinese side so heralded and decorated. So she first competed at senior level out of the juniors in 2013, Jiao. At the 2013 Vietnam Open. 2014 she competed at the Summer Youth Olympics, won gold medal in the girl singles with the Chinese and bronze in the mixed doubles event. So she, like her opponent today, is a very good junior.
Finland, represented by Nella Nyqvist. And on my left, China, represented by Jiao. China to serve. Love all. Play. Service over.
Well, she's a tricky game, plays a lot of good soft shots, and she's got great deceptions by all accounts. I've never seen her play before, but this is a wonderful moment for the young 15-year-old from Finland. Massive pressure on her shoulders this morning. And unusually this one, well obviously it's the first meeting, but both of these athletes left-handers. I don't see that too often. But the Finn was able to stir up a lot of feeling and showcase her talent at the 2020 European Junior Championships last week in her homeland here. Beg your pardon, wasn't last week, far from it, it was over a year ago. But she entered the, having won the under-15 European Champs, she entered the under-19s European Championships at just 14 years of age and made it all the way through to the semi-finals, the young 15-year-old.
On court 2, in the tie between Thailand and India, men's singles.
Getting the run around there though, and in that under-19 tournament, she lost to Sweden's Edith Jurell, 17-year-old, who just proved a little too strong for the Finn. That was 21-15, 21-12, but she just looks very, very good and far.
The umpire is Bert van Molenbeek, Belgium. The service judge is...
Lucky little break off the net there for Nella Nyqvist. So it's a ranking that really doesn't do her any justice. She's just the other side of 1,000 on the BWF World Rankings, but I'll tell you what, she's way above that. And the Finns are aware that she's got the gift of time on her hands and knowledge that she's got sort of a few years to build on that bronze medal finish at junior level. So she will evolve into a great player, they seem to think. But this is a massive moment in the career of young Nella Nyqvist here to take on the world number 9. The only real result that we've got on the main BWF Tour is she played the Yonex Estonian International last year and lost in the first round in 2020. But she's yet to have a lot of exposure to senior tournaments at just 15 years of age. That's understandable. Jiao starting to settle nicely and glide around the court after what was perhaps a slightly tense start. not easy being part of a team that's so loaded with high quality athletes, and then you come out and play a youngster like this who's no expectation on her shoulders, and Herbing Jiao is expected to sort of walk this one.
Please welcome the technical officer.
Just a little too greedy with the angle there, young Nella.
10-5.
Oh, that's gorgeous from Herbing Jiao, who heads to the turn, the mid-game interval, at 11 points to 5. All very quiet and library-like feel around this energy arena right now. Chinese looking bossy on the scoreboard. Masterful control and deception right there. 6-point cushion for Herbing Jiao.
On court 3, in the tie between Chinese Taipei and Tahiti, women's doubles. Xu Ya-Xin and Hu Li-Fang from Chinese Taipei versus
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
from Tahiti.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Thailand, represented by
The umpire is Emmanuel.
Well, she's going to be tall, there's no doubting that. She's got this long, lollopy, Bambi-like kind of frame right now. But when she fills out, I'm sure she'll be a very strong athlete. She takes care of a really good physical program and works very hard by all accounts. Well, that was gorgeous response in defence from Herbing Jiao. For Nyqvist, she says, I'm aware of my talent because I've trained very hard. I will progress forward with the potential of time. And you can see little glimmers of hope, as they can as well. They're well aware of her potential. Just how much upside it has, we don't yet know. Well, that was a fine point against the Chinese in this all-lefty battle. Nice cross net there from Nyqvist. They're trying to get behind her, just to bolster her confidence. She looks very focused and rather at home. Oh, nice round head smash from Herbing Jiao. And when you look at the rankings, it should on paper be an utterly lopsided contest, and it probably will in the end. Nicely done. Nonchalantly and laid back. Look at this. So deceptive. Oh, fine serve.
17-8.
Oh, it's landed plumb on the line. I think there's a very slight drift blowing on this court from left to right. And that one held up nicely. Really encouraging signs now for Nella Nyqvist, who's into double figures on the scoreboard in game one. That'll delight her, but she hasn't been able to win any more than 2 consecutive points against the top 10 on the other side of the net.
Serves over. 18-10. Game point 10.
24-year-old from Suzhou closing in on the opening game. 10 game points for Herbing Jiao.
Game.
The world number 9, Herbing Jiao from China, secures the opening game, a game that lasted 10 minutes. And the score, 21 points to 10.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, both athletes poised and ready to resume after the 2-minute interval. Post game 1, opening game that lasted 10 minutes, 21-10 for Herbing Jiao. Here we go then at the start of game 2 against this 15-year-old European champion in the under-15 event. It's a big upward task for her ahead, a must-win game for Nella Nyqvist. Oh, very high skill level there from the young teen, who you'd imagine when she fills out and grows into her frame nicely, becomes more explosive, will become a really tough athlete to be reckoned with. Very high skill level from the racket of the player, the far end of the court. And of course this side as well from Herbing Jiao, who's a much more familiar face on our TV screens these days. Just missed out on that goal, the bronze medal place at the recent Tokyo Olympics. Look at the way that she's engineered this so cleverly, and then just that pat down to secure the point. Yeah, wonderful disguise from the world number 9. Well, it must be a difficult watch for Villalan, who was such an experienced player himself as well. But if nothing else, these are embryonic seeds for the future for the Finnish team, particularly in this young starlet here. If she can evolve the way many expect, then they could be quite a force to be reckoned with. She's found the line with that. Really well done. Lovely cross smash, high quality. Pierce the sideline. She's deceptive, very difficult to read, sort of loose and languid with her playing style. That's the trouble though, isn't it? That, you know, you might be good at a European level, but when you take that into the big bad world of international senior tournaments, then it really is like a sort of good player in a little pond going into a huge pond with a lot of predators. Super play from Jiao, who's fist pumping again. Enjoyed that one. Her precision rewarded. Just keeping the pressure on. Nicely done.
7-2.
And he's starting to look a little twitchy now, isn't he? Jiao unfazed after losing the opening 2 points in the overall match. He's never really looked back since then.
3-7. Service over. 8.
Eyes darting around everywhere. What is he thinking? All the answers right now for Jiao, who looks pretty unruffled at the moment, sauntering through this women's singles. Nella Nyqvist starting to feel the pressure of the scoreboard on her young shoulders, but there's plenty of talk behind Jiao, possibly about the potential of the young Finn. One to watch out for in the future, maybe. Everything just that little tighter, a little bit more measured. 11-3 to the mid-game interval. Jiao in the driving seat in this third rubber out here on day one. China looking good.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Is there any more from young Nella Nyqvist here, who acquitted herself really well from the start of the opening game, and then securing 10 points in it was really commendable against this top tenor and lady of vast experience, Jiao.
12-3.
Challenges called 8.
13-3. Service over. 4-13.
Runner points stopping at half a dozen for Jiao. a misjudgment there as well. So back-to-back points, encouragingly, for Nyqvist. Is there more to come in this little flurry of positivity from the young 15-year-old? Yeah, that's something she's been denied today. A run of 3 consecutive points against this top tenor of such experience and quality. Wonderful reverse slice from Jiao, and Nella Nyqvist, like most of us, rooted to the spot.
Service over, 6-16, play. Service over, 17-6.
Just clipped the edge of the line there, Jiao, whipped away impressively there. Setting sail for home right now, the Chinese. Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. Across net. Look at this, she was under pressure here, but look at the hand skills there and the deception. Wonderfully done.
Match point 6.
So an abundance of match points then for the world number 9. A polished performance from Jiao. She respectfully acknowledges her opponent, the umpire, the service judge. High fives all round for Camp China. And they are totally orchestrating affairs out here in this overall match now. 21-10, 21-6, Jiao safely home. Her job is done for the day, downing young Nella Nyqvist in straight games at the expense of just 16 points. And 23 minutes required. That was a nerveless display from the world number 9 in women's singles, and a smile breaks across her face on the moment of victory. So China head out to a 3-love lead in this overall tie now, and there's no going back. The win is theirs, but we still have to contest 2 more rubbers. Another good win for the Chinese then in women's singles, home and dry there. The match win is theirs, but we continue. It'll be men's doubles up next.
Second game. Level 3. Service over. 12-2.
Please welcome the technical officials from Court 1.
Welcome back to our order of play. It's men's doubles up next. The Chinese looking very, very bossy as top seeds here, as 11 times champions in this BWF Sudirman Cup. They're out to a 3-love